Hi guys, day 15 and the halfway mark of Nano 2010. Do I feel better about my novel today? A little bit. Enough that I don't want to set it on fire anymore, which is always a good thing. I wrote the exact recommended word count today, 1,667, and I'll be honest, when I did the word count a little while ago, it was 1,666, so I put an extra word in. That's probably really stupid, but it bothered me, so I put an extra word in. It works, the word I put in, it adds a little bit more urgency to what I just wrote, which suits the scene. That brings me up to 25,242. I think that's just over where I'm supposed to be. I would have liked to do 2,000 today, but I think I was letting myself get distracted by my phone, which was a bad thing. Silly me for putting it beside me. What did I have? Oh, I've got my work gear on, but so what this isn't just in some kind of new stupid British fashion. I should have changed, but I wanted to just get some writing done because I've got to be somewhere in under an hour and a half, and I've got to have my dinner yet. So in a bit of a rush, which is fine because my characters are in a bit of a rush. So when I started writing today, Chris is still waiting for Sasha because she's still not back. And Anna made another appearance, and they basically have this discussion, and Chris informs Anna that Greg isn't back yet either. I had to give Greg a surname because Anna doesn't use first names. I decided, or I realised, I don't know what you want to call it. Do you decide something about a character, or do they tell you? Anyway, Chris uses first names, but Anna doesn't, so I had to give Greg a surname. I'd already given Sasha one. Anyway, and yeah, they're not back yet. They're the only two who aren't back yet. So, they start getting a bit. Well, Chris is definitely worried because he's a wolf, and they're pack animals, and even if the agency discourage the werewolves from forming packs or having dominance, bickering challenges between one another. Kind of like what Chris and Regan are indulging in quite frequently through this novel so far. Yeah, he can't help worrying about Sasha and Greg, and Anna comes up with this theory that if maybe their targets were not far away from one another, and maybe they're working together. So they go to Smith, and they ask, but they don't ask to go and find Sasha and Greg because they might be in trouble. Sasha was sent after a water elemental. She's an electric elemental, so something could have gone really bad there. And Greg is a medium, and he was sent after a medium, but I can't remember if I've said this before, so if I'm repeating myself, I apologise. Mediums in this world can then become necromancers if they have enough power and experience, which kind of go hand in hand because you learn how to use your power and therefore become more powerful because you know how to do it, if that makes sense. And they have to have the desire for this as well. They then become necromancers so they can control, they can raise the dead basically, and that's. Greg is not a necromancer. He probably could be if he had the desire, but he doesn't. So if the medium who's sent after has evolved into a necromancer, then he could have been sent up against someone much stronger and more ruthless than he is. So and if these two were working together, then anything could have happened. It's not good. So yeah, Smith initially says just to Anna, go and find them, and Chris, for the first time that he can remember in his career, interrupts Smith, and even Smith is quite surprised, and it turns out that Anna is quite pleased about that because she also doesn't call Smith sir. She's probably done it a small handful of times, like maybe in the beginning of her time as an agent, but she doesn't kiss us, She's not a brown noser. She's not gonna, you know, pour at his feet and curry favour. You know, she's arrogant, but Chris says at least it's well earned, this arrogance. So yeah, she's pleased that Chris, you know, put his foot down and said, I'm going too. And Smith concedes, and he says, okay then, but, you know, if the targets are working together, then kill them, basically, he said. And then Anna and Chris basically set off, and Anna's driving because she drives like a maniac, but she has really quick reflexes, so she won't let Chris drive. She's basically like, I'm a cat, remember, and quick reflexes. Then he has to, you know, concede. He's like, oh well, you know, fine, you drive. Doesn't argue with her, doesn't take her words as a challenge at all. Probably not just because she's a cat and not another wolf like Regan, but because she's not a jerk, as Regan's turned out to be. I don't know if I intended him to be. I think I did. Anyway, organic growth, you know. And it's ended with them setting off. And yeah, so I will pick up from there tomorrow. After another day at Halfords, which is where I work. Fun. I'm gonna have to go now because I've got things to do. I'm not least of all get changed. And I will see you all again tomorrow on day 16. Hope you're all doing well, or you've kicked my butt, as many of you are. So I'll see you all again tomorrow. Bye.